Hi, in this video we're going to show you a free tool you could use to rip your music CDs to MP3 and WAV files. Alright, so it's called Audiograbber. So there is a free version and a pay-for version. So this is an older program. So if you go to their website, you can see it's a 2020 edition, probably because not too many people rip CDs these days. Alright, so you have the free version here and the ad-free version for Pro. I haven't seen too many ads, but we'll see what we come across here when we try it out. So if we try the Pro version here, so you can see it offers integrated MP3 functionality, as well as the retrieval of CD data via, I'm not sure how you say this here, as a replacement for the now discontinued FreeDB. So this is how many people used to get their metadata for their CDs, like the album art, the artist and the track name and that type of thing. And I think there's some other options as well. I'm not even sure how current this is, but you could try out the program and see how it works for you. All right, so I already have it installed here. So we're going to open it up. Okay, so I have the CD that it read from before here. So it did pull in the name, it did pull in the artist and the album name, even the year. And then of course you could pick a genre if you want from here. All right, so let's check out some of the settings real quick and then we'll try and rip it and see what happens. All right, up here we have File, Make MP3, Compare some files, refresh the track list, which will just read the CD again, test it, grab is what will rip it. There's a karaoke mode. If you want to grab to these file types here, have it capitalize the track names, display the CD text info, get track names from CD text if you have that. So here's the get from FreeDB, which is supposedly not around anymore, but if we click on that, it still seems to query it and finds it. So you'll have to see how that works for you. Then you can also submit it to FreeDB, which I don't think is going to do anything, and then shuffle it. All right, we have some general settings here. So where the files are going to go to, create file names from this information. Then you have your CD-ROM access method, which you shouldn't have to change. You're going to have it delete some silence, probably not. Offset, normalization settings, miscellaneous settings, and other settings. So you shouldn't really have to change anything here except for maybe the location where you want to keep the files. And we have MP3 settings. So you could use an external encoder if you want, or if you want to change the encoder for MP3s. So to rip MP3s, you generally need an encoder to do so. And then you have the option here to delete the WAV file, because normally it would make a WAV file first and then convert it to MP3, but you could also have it keep the WAV file. Then you have your ID tag information, so you probably want to keep these checked. FreeDB settings, so here's the server that it uses here. I suppose if there was some other type of server like this you could use, you could put it in there and see if it reads from it. All right, then we have settings here, which will take you to the same thing. Normalization options here, not going to worry about that. MP3, same settings here. And then once again, the FreeDB and player settings. And then one more thing real quick that I missed here. If you go back to MP3, you could bump up the quality right here if you want to change it. We're going to leave it at the default for now. All right, so now that everything's set here, we have our track names. So we're going to click on grab. So this will take a few minutes here, so I will pause the video and then we'll be back when it's done. All right, so the ripping process is complete, so it just kind of disappears when it's done here. So let's take a look at our files here. It puts it under the music folder by default. So we have the band name here, album name here, and then we have the band name with the song number and the track name. And you can see for the details here, we have the title, puts it under contributing artist instead of artist. You can see there if you put album artist, it doesn't change it, so it's under contributing artist. And then it puts the album name. All right, so I'm going to try one out here, but I'm going to turn down the volume for copyright. All right, so it's playing. All right, so it looks like it worked fairly well. All right, so as you can see, it does a pretty good job. So how well it will get the album information is going to depend on the CD most likely. And since it's an older program, may not be perfect when it comes to that. But like I said, you could do the upgrade here. I'm not sure on the availability of this since it's 2020 and how much better it's going to be. So that's up to you, of course. All right, so I'll put a link in the description where you can download Audiograbber and you can try it out for yourself. All right, thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.